Miami Dolphins took Tua. Now, forgive me, I always have a hard time pronouncing his name. Tua Tagovailoa. I probably said that wrong, but forgive me. So, I am very, very surprised that they took him. Well, maybe not that surprised, but nonetheless surprised. They had a need at the quarterback position, and I guess they felt that this year was the time to fill it, and also that Tua was the best fit. There were questions about his durability with the critical hip injury he sustained last year during his senior year, excuse me, and some other injury concerns because he's had injuries on both of his ankles. So those were questions were up in the air. But they decided, he's the best quarterback on the board right now with Joe Burrow gone. Let's take him and let's sit him behind Ryan Fitzpatrick and let him learn and hopefully become a good quarterback. I am personally a Tua fan. I've been watching him since his freshman year. I remember loving him, and the thing I love most is that he's a lefty, because I'm a lefty too, so a little thing there, and I got a thing for lefty quarterbacks. So that's good. He's put up great numbers throughout his collegiate career. His freshman year, he threw 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, a passer rating of 175. Then the year he became the starter, he threw 43 touchdowns and 6 interceptions with a passer rating of 199.4, which is really good. Now excuse me, I said senior year earlier. Forgive me, I meant to say junior. Now his junior year, he threw through the 9 games that he played. He had 33 touchdowns and 3 picks with a passer rating of 2.069. That is, most quarterbacks are lucky if they get a passer rating over 100. He had over 200. That is really good. But now now those injury concerns. Hopefully, I really hope he won't become a draft bust. I really am rooting for him, even though he's now a Miami Dolphin. But I'm still gonna root for him. I hope he has a nice career, and I hope he helps his family for the foreseeable future in terms of financial. He'll probably he'll get a big contract, and he'll be financially secured for hopefully the rest of his life. Now, I would like to point out, I think there was maybe a little. We have to learn from history here. If we don't learn from history, we're doomed to repeat it. And by what I mean is back in early 2000, I believe it was 5, when during free agency they were choosing between Dante Culpepper and Drew Brees. And the reason I bring that up is because the reason they didn't sign Drew Brees was because of that shoulder injury he sustained in a game against the Broncos, to where he had yet to have been medically cleared. So they decided to go with the safe pick, in Dante Culpepper, who went on to only start four games for the Dolphins, throwing 2 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, and being released following that year. And basically his career went into basically faded. And then we all know the story with Drew Brees, Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP, passing titles, touchdown records setting, etc. So I guess they felt that they didn't want to have history repeat itself and pass on a talent because of an injury. So I think it's a good pick. As I said, I was surprised that they took him, but I think he'll be a solid contributor in the future, as long as the pieces fall into place. They do still have Devontae Parker there, so that's good. If he does play his first year, he'll probably throw a lot to Parker. If they don't, then Fitzpatrick will hopefully help him, develop him, and hopefully he'll become a good stud in the coming years. So that's all I got for you. Until next time.